This is my videotape of me eating a cake. I'll demonstrate how to eat a cake in plastic all set. Here we go.
I never imagined when I was a kid that I would grow up and discover I suffer from anxiety and depression. I would never imagine in years that I would have something seriously wrong with me. I've been trying to retrace the steps and see if I can pinpoint an exact moment, but I can't. There is no exact moment. Maybe it's a series of moments. Have I always been sick? Have I always suffered from depression? Have I always felt this way and really didn't know it? All I can remember as a kid was me playing with my toys and laughing with my friends. Sure, when I got to high school, I'd go through bouts of sadness, but I would write them off as nothing more than teen angst. Everyone told me that I would be fine, that everything would be okay. And I believed them. Why wouldn't I? July 31st, 2013, I had tried to commit suicide. Looking back at it now, it seems like a dream, like a movie. I decided to ask family members, people that are close to me, about me when I was younger. Not so I could pinpoint an exact moment or retrace the evolution of my depression, but to understand it more, to talk about it, to help me hear what I think I need to hear, to help me, to help me. Stop feeling like such an asshole. I'm sorry for being such an asshole.
For the most part, you were a pretty happy-go-lucky kid. You were kind of a brat.
We were growing up together and just had a lot of fun. You know, we would always just do a bunch of different things.
You're just one of the best kids you were the best out of all my kids growing up.
You were just an asshole. A lovable asshole, but an asshole.
You're a bastard.
Because you were the baby, and you used that to your advantage.
I'm sorry for being such an asshole.
One of my favorite memories with you was my 17th birthday party.
You were a good cuddler too. You liked to sit on my lap and snuggle.
We had just become friends recently.
You were mad because we told you to do something you didn't want to, and you jumped up on a chair.
Everybody was doing something. I think we were in the family room.
This couldn't have been more than a couple minutes after we sat down.
It wasn't even an unusual day.
And started yelling about how you were going to get us all into trouble because you were the baby and everybody loved you.
So I was very excited to see you when I was surprised.
And nobody would believe
First time I took you to a Tigers game up at Comerica Park.
because you were the baby.
If we could relive one day.
You just scream really loudly.
And then you jumped off of it and you smacked me.
Like you meant it. You're like,
Why did you do that?
like, seriously.
And then still found a way to manage to blame it on me.
But for some reason, it was just an absolute riot.
And I got in trouble.
That just perfectly explains everything about you.
I'm sorry for being such an asshole.
No, I had no idea.
Actually, no. That never really occurred to me.
Easily, there's no doubt about it.
When you got into high school, I thought you might.
Never would have guessed in a million years, seriously. I knew that you would get upset about things and stuff, but I didn't think it was straight out and out depression.
And here's the reason why. Is because at the time I really didn't quite fully grasp that your actions are a reaction to depression.
I definitely would have tried to talk to you about it and help you get, some kind of guidance or help.
Part of it was I wasn't sure. I didn't know necessarily what I was seeing. I mean, because
To me, the way that I interpreted it was more I'm important, I love the spotlight, and I have to have the last joke.
if I could have gone back and said, hey, you need to talk. We need to sit down and talk.
I tried talking to you when I thought when I knew you were. I don't even say thought. When I knew you were.
And I wasn't sure if that was just, normal angst.
To me, you were just an asshole. A lovable asshole, but an asshole.
At the time, I didn't fully understand it. I thought maybe.
And it never clicked with me before.
But you, Mr. I'm so self-reliant. I don't have anybody to help me whatsoever at all.
I never clicked the two parts together to where you have something a lot darker going on. And that's why you need the last joke.
If I had known, but I didn't.
Nobody gets through this alone. We all need help.
And what's heartbreaking about it is that you could have had the last joke. And I am really glad that you didn't.
I'm sorry for being such an asshole.
You were texting me. We hadn't talked in a while. Like, we just, it was in our distant periods. Like, we go long periods of time without talking, but we always find a way back to each other. And you were texting me unusually. Like, it was an unusual set of text messages of, hey, I love you. And, not that it's unusual for us to say that to each other, but it was the context. There was no other substance other than just that, so it felt strange. So I was talking to your brother, Bill, and talking about, hey, is John okay? What's going on? Didn't answer. I wasn't getting anything, and I had the worst case scenario in my head, which was the actual situation. I reached out to Jeremy, and who I hadn't spoken with in a year. And I told him the situation. And I said, I am afraid that this is going to happen. I'm afraid that if we don't do something about it, we're going to regret it. I'm afraid that if we don't take some sort of action, we're going to be really worried about what we could have done rather than what we can do now. So I told him, meet me at my house right now, and look, we gotta go. We're just gonna go. I don't care. He's not responding. Bill's not responding. Nobody's responding. Let's just go over there to make sure that everything's okay. And on our way there, we got a call from Bill saying what the situation was, and that it was over a girl, in his words, and we were just concerned, and we were already on our way. We told him we were on our way, and should we stay clear? Should we come back another time? What do you want? He said, no, come over. It's going to be good, for him to see your faces. And when we pulled up, I saw your mom on the porch, and we saw the girl. We saw the girl running off the porch, getting into her car. And to be perfectly honest, we took note of her emotional status, and she was like a blank slate. Like, it was, which is why we were so confused. We weren't sure what was exactly going on, because we see her go out to her car, and she's just nothing, like nothing was happening, and we thought maybe Bill was messing with us, but no, she just was blank. And we come in, and first thing I did was immediately I gave your mom a hug. Jeremy did the same, and we sat out on the porch with you for like an hour. We were out there for a long time. Yeah, we were out there for a while, just kind of talking everything over. We didn't really get much out of you. You weren't necessarily, on board with what we were talking about, or not knowing clearly what was happening. And so we got most of our information from Bill and your mom. And so we were just there, just tried to act natural. And then, we knew you were tired, and we told you to go in and go to sleep. So that's what you did. That was pretty much the end of the night. I took Jeremy back home, and honestly, I don't think I've talked to him much since then. It was just that one night.
I'm sorry for being such an asshole.
Yes.
I'm very proud of you.
And then to take that step to where you went to the hospital, I mean...
Very proud of you. I'm proud of everything you do.
Of course I'm proud of you.
You've done some really amazing things, and you've overcome a lot of things.
Your actions reflect on who you were as a person then and now. Even in such a short period of time, you've grown past that so much.
And you're an incredibly talented little guy.
Pretty brave. A lot of people wouldn't do that.
I always expect big things of you.
And I tell everybody that
I think you do a really good job at making people feel a little uncomfortable. I can tell that it helps you.
And, that's a good thing.
I say you should meet my baby brother because he's the funniest person I've ever met.
I know that getting through it with a comedic sense...
I mean, that's one thing I'll give to you. You are resilient.
You do what you gotta do.
We've come out on the other side of that, and you're still doing great things, and you have so many great things ahead of you.
And I think that'll come to pass.
But the way that you handled it afterwards, and you said, hey, look, something's wrong.
And in that sense, yes, I'm very proud of you.
Always.
Make sure, you have a good core group of friends.
And that's the best part. I'm proud of you when you're not fucking around. Yes, I am very proud of you.
And I still kind of wish you were a girl, though.
Sometimes I still look at my scars and still feel the pain surrounding it. Sometimes I wonder what the world would be like if I had succeeded. Sometimes I remember all the people that I hurt and the people I let down. But then I remember how lucky I am to have gotten through that hell and still be standing and still have those people. Some days I can't get out of bed. Some days I don't want to breathe. Some days I don't want to see the sun. I worry that my pain is not profound, that my sadness is not unique, that I am not wanted, that I don't fit in anywhere. But then I remember that the world still spins, that the sky is still blue, and that life does get better. We just have to wait. Sure, you could end up being broke, Your significant other could end up being a massive liar, and your car's transmission might blow up. But life does get better, and we really don't have it all that bad. It's not the end of the world unless you make it that way. Things will happen, and you'll feel like absolute shit and want to end it all, but it's not the answer. This is still a daily battle, but I know that I am winning. Trust me on this. Everything will be okay. Everything is okay. Everything will be okay. Everything is okay. I have people that care about me, people that I love. Stories I still have to tell and things I still have to do. That time in my life eventually became a memory that I was able to walk away from. I didn't bury it so that I could learn from it. I learned what not to do and what I can do instead. I've learned how to laugh, how to get out of bed, how to live again, and how to be happy to see the sun. Everything will be okay. Everything is okay. Everything will be okay. Everything is okay. I am not an asshole. I am not an asshole. I am not an asshole.